What's happening behind the scenes at Newcastle United is, without a doubt, leaving many fans absolutely intrigued. You know, that kind of movement that starts off quietly, almost invisible, far from the spotlight. But little by little it starts growing, taking on proportions that make anyone stop and think, hang on, something big is happening. Well, that's exactly the mysterious atmosphere unfolding right now inside St. James Park. And when the mood heats up like this, you can be sure that something really serious is about to happen. And what's even more curious is that, unlike other situations, this time not even the most well-connected insiders are openly talking about it. It's that strange silence, the constant back and forth of phone calls, late-night meetings, frantic message exchanges, and that tension in the air that only those who closely follow Newcastle can sense. And anyone who understands the backstage of English football knows, when the atmosphere gets like this, it's a clear sign that something huge is about to explode. And it could directly impact the club's direction for the upcoming season. By the way, if you're that passionate fan who loves being one step ahead, who doesn't want to be caught by surprise and wants to follow absolutely everything happening with our Newcastle United, then do this now. Hit the subscribe button here on the channel. It's essential for you to keep receiving the hottest news, inside information, and of course, stay fully updated on everything involving our glorious club. And trust me, your subscription makes all the difference in helping us keep bringing you this exclusive and up-to-date content. Now, back to what's going on. The feeling is that Newcastle are preparing something huge. Something that, if confirmed, could leave not just the fans, but also the British press, completely stunned. And what's drawing even more attention is that this move isn't about just any signing. No, this time we're talking about a potential signing that, besides being bold, carries massive weight and sky-high expectations. A deal that, if completed, could completely change the course of Newcastle United's attack next season. And right here, at this very point, is where the big reveal starts to take shape. According to reports from highly reliable sources like the Italian newspaper Gazzetta dello Sport and also confirmed by Football Insider in the UK, Newcastle have officially opened talks to assess the potential signing of none other than Kolo Muani, the French striker currently contracted to PSG who spent last season on loan at Juventus. And honestly, this story is set to take on even more surprising twists in the coming hours. Newcastle's interest in Kolo Muani is no coincidence. The likely departure of Callum Wilson, who is already being linked with other Premier League clubs, along with the increasingly aggressive interest from Liverpool and Alexander Isak, has raised a massive red flag behind the scenes at St. James Park. While the club is determined to keep hold of Isak, having slapped a jaw-dropping £200 million price tag on him to fend off any bids, the board and Eddie Howe know that in football, anything can happen. You have to be ready for every scenario. What's most impressive about this move is that internally, Kolo Muani is seen as a kind of clone of Isak. And no, that's not an exaggeration, fans. The comparison isn't just about their physical similarities. Both are around 1.88 meters tall and share a very similar athletic build, but mainly about their style of play. They are forwards capable of playing both centrally and out wide, possessing speed, explosiveness, tactical intelligence, as well as an incredible ability to dribble and move between defensive lines, causing havoc for any defense. And if you've made it this far into the video, it's because you truly love staying on top of everything happening with our Newcastle United. So take this moment if you haven't already and smash that subscribe button. It helps us massively to keep bringing you information straight from top sources like Football Insider, Sky Sports, Chronicle Live, and Gazzetta dello Sport, who are tracking every step of this negotiation that's shaking up the transfer market. But let's dig deeper into who Kolo Muani actually is, and why he could indeed be the perfect replacement, or even the ideal strike partner, for Alexander Isak. The 25-year-old French striker emerged as one of Europe's top prospects while playing for Eintracht Frankfurt, where he burst onto the international scene with sensational performances. His form was so impressive that PSG wasted no time and paid a huge fee to sign him. However, his time at PSG didn't quite go as expected, playing in a star-studded squad and failing to nail down a guaranteed starting spot. Kolo Muani didn't reach the numbers many had hoped for, scoring just 11 goals for the French club. But during his loan spell at Juventus last season, the striker rediscovered his best form, scoring 10 goals and playing a vital role in the Italian side's campaign. And it's precisely this recent resurgence at Juventus that has reignited interest from several top European clubs. Besides Newcastle, both Manchester United and Chelsea are monitoring the player closely. However, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, it was Newcastle who made the first official approach to understand the player's situation with PSG and his representatives. And here's the initial response. PSG are open to negotiating, but the asking price is around £50 million. Now the big question every fan is asking, is it worth investing that much in Kolo Muani? Well, judging by the numbers, the answer seems to be yes. Just like Isak, he's a modern striker, not the type who just stays inside the box waiting for the ball. Quite the opposite. He's constantly moving, dropping deep to help build play, creating space, providing assists, and of course, scoring goals. This is exactly the kind of profile Eddie Howe values and looks for in his tactical system. In fact, it's worth remembering that the official Bundesliga website has previously compared Kolo Muani's style of play to the legendary Thierry Henry, and let's be honest, that's no small comparison. Just like Henry, both Kolo Muani and Isak possess that rare combination of pace, skill, intelligence, and finishing ability. These are players who don't just score goals, they make the team play. And in today's football, that's absolutely priceless. If you enjoy staying ahead of the curve, make sure to subscribe here to the channel, because this saga involving Kolo Muani is set to have plenty of twists and turns very soon. And of course, we'll be following everything closely to keep you fully updated on every move, every detail, and every development in this story. But the big question hanging in the air is this: is Kolo Muani's potential arrival directly linked to whether Alexander Isak stays or goes? The answer, according to sources close to Newcastle, is that the board is working with two scenarios. In the first one, Kolo Muani's signing would be to replace Callum Wilson, who is expected to leave the club in the upcoming window. In this case, Isak would remain the undisputed starter, and Muani would be the ideal backup or even form a formidable partnership with the Swede in certain matches. In the second scenario, one that's far more concerning for fans, Kolo Muani would act as an insurance policy in case a truly irresistible offer comes in for Isak. Although the club has made it clear they would only consider selling for something in the region of £200 million, Liverpool's interest is very real and persistent. Behind the scenes, there are whispers that the Reds are preparing an initial offer of £100 million, but that figure is unlikely to be accepted. And let me tell you, fans, this story is far from over. The next few weeks will be absolutely crucial, not only to see whether Kolo Muani really ends up wearing the Newcastle shirt, but also to determine Alexander Isak's future. One thing is certain: Newcastle are moving smartly, strategically, and above all, with the ambition to keep fighting at the top end of the Premier League, and who knows, maybe even dream of some silverware. So, if you want to keep following every detail of this potential signing, along with all the moves Newcastle are making in the market, you already know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and don't miss a single video, because here, you're always one step ahead. Getting red-hot information straight from top sources like Football Insider, Chronicle Live, Sky Sports, and Gazzetta dello Sport.